Our film today begins on a faraway island. Its name is Burke, and we know that this island is there. A lot of problems with the dragons that are present. There are very many types of them that appear and are. You constantly attack people in order to steal from them, eating and seeing who will be the hero of our movie. His father is young and weak, and he runs among his family. The island we know is called Vikings, and when he keeps running, he meets Stock and Ellie. He remains the strongest and most powerful person in the Vikings. He killed dragons and also became the leader of the island. We return to Hiccup, who is going to help Jabber make the swords they use to kill dragons, and he still wishes that he would participate in the battle. With the rest of his colleagues who remain Mustard, the most beautiful girl on the island and the one who will be there. He likes her, and when he gets up, he tries to participate in it. In the battle, Jobar prevents him and tells him that he is weak, very much, and he won't be able to pull out his hammer and stay. Easy prey for dragons, and suddenly they attack the island, Night Furious, dragon. And we know that this dragon, the most dangerous type of dragon because it is very fast and strong. No one has ever seen him and he always hits the target. His and we will go back to his place, which remains the same. The dragon, Night Furious, to prove to his family, the island is as strong as they are and not as weak as they are. They say something about him, and as soon as you answer, he leaves. He will get up and go to fight the dragons. A device they made to kill with dragons and Hiccup goes to a quiet place in Al Jazeera, turns on his device and waits for it. A dragon hits its target, and as soon as the dragon appears, Hiccup hits him with a net on his shoulder, and it falls on him. The island. But another dragon comes and attacks Hiccup, the one who runs fast and tries to escape from it. But the dragons are surrounded, and before they are killed, he intervenes. Istok saves him and attacks the dragon with ease. He can defeat him when all the dragons leave. Al Jazeera apologizes to Hiccup, who we know is who he is. In fact, when he gets up, his father tells his father that it is him. He was able to catch a dragon, but they wouldn't believe him and blame him because he put his life in danger, and then he brought everyone together. The people of the island, and he tells them that they must go around on the dragon's lives and destroy it so that it does not return. She attacks them again, and they refuse at first, but why? He tells them that whoever stays on the island will care. So he agrees, and then he goes to his friend. He tells him that he wished his son would stay, strong, brave, and muscular, not weak like Hiccup. He responds to him and tells him that he was waiting for me, the island, and he will try to fight dragons with. The rest of his colleagues will be looking around at this time for the one who hunted him in the forest. And he really can. He reaches his place and is very happy when he sees the dragon, because he will finally prove to the people of the island that he is not weak and cowardly, as they say about him, and before Hiccup kills him with the knife he has, looking at me, the dragon's eye, and then decides what to do. He kills him and also cuts the rope that is tied with it as soon as the dragon feels that he is liberated. He attacks Hiccup and knocks him to the ground, but he doesn't. He hurts him, leaves him, and walks away, but doesn't stay. He is able to fly, and then he returns home to his father. He bids him farewell because he will go to the dragon's nest. The next day, he goes to ride the dragon ring to train with Jabro and the rest of his teammates, and because thus, he remains weak and fails in training as well. There is a dragon that will kill him, but Gobber intervenes. He wakes him up and tells him that he doesn't trust me, dragons, because they are always their prey, and then that he goes to the forest and is surprised that the dragon is still there. He is there and cannot leave the valley, the one who is locked in it. And when he gets up, he looks at him, will know he is unable to fly because he is in a part of his tail is cut off, and at night he goes looking for something. The Book of Dragons contains any information about dragons. Night Fury, but he finds all the information unknown, and he is surprised when he learns that everything. Before that, this dragon has not returned, and we are going to Stockholm, and the people of the island who are looking for a living dragons, as soon as they fear an area there. A lot of fog attacks, but Hiccup stays behind. The fighting arena, and of course he fails in training. Unlike Starred, which remains very strong and attacks. Dragons are brave, and when the training is over, they leave skeleton of the Night Fury dragon and its fish. to eat it, and the dragon actually gets close to him. He eats half of the fish, and I hold the other half for Hiccup, so he can eat it, and then he stays alone. The dragon takes a tree trunk and starts drawing lines on the ground, and when the structure crosses all the lines, Debella finds himself very close to the dragon. At that time, he closes his eyes with his hands confidently and truly. The dragon comes close to him and touches his hand at night. Hiccup starts making a sail to help the dragon. On the flight and in the morning, he goes to the dragon. His name is still very thick, because he eats it, and Heckel is surprised when he finds it. The one who is a dragon is afraid of a fish snake. That's why he throws it far away and takes advantage of it. He eats and goes to install the sail on his tail. Once she finishes, he feels that he will be able to fly. He spreads his wings and tries to fly, but fails. Before he falls, Hiccup spreads the sail at that time. He succeeds in flying again, but when he lands, he falls on someone who can't fly him, and he falls. Also, when Haykal continues to train with Astrid, the rest is on training the dragon Librasin. He fails to drown it in water and suddenly becomes afraid. The dragon is from Hiccup and starts returning to Laura and all. One time, Hiccup succeeds in returning a dragon to the cage. This is because the dragon is afraid of getting tired. The fish that was with Hiccup is shocked by Jobber, and he recovers, and everyone in the ring, when they see what happened and goes, will be done. On his back, and they actually succeed in flying. Together, when they fall on the ground, Hiccup notices them. The grass makes for a calm flow at that time. He uses it in the ring and is able to defeat him. Another dragon, and when he continues to play with him, he discovers more things about dragons and uses them in the arena, and he defeats many dragons in it, and this makes all the people of the island love him and are close to him, except for import what you are jealous of and start. You watch him, and he returns to your store, and the one who has the island again, after the dragons attacked them, he knew no reparation. They couldn't reach the nest. He is surprised. I wait when I find that all the people of the island, they insult him when he asks Jobar and tells him that he is the biggest person. With Dragon's permission at this time, Hiccup Ali is riding Toothless appeared, and they started training aviation. And when I called, he flew high in the sky. Hiccup falls on his back before they fall. The two of them on the ground will reach you, and they can fly again and again. They succeed in flying very quickly between the rocks, and when he gets up, he stays at home. His father comes and tells him that he is very proud by what he did, and in my hand is his helmet. His mother protects him while he is in the ring. And the second day, he fights Haykal and retrieves the dragon again. Of course, he succeeds in defeating the dragon with ease. I was very upset when I found him on the island you choose a Hiccup to kill his first dragon tomorrow. Of course, Haykal stays annoyed and goes on a rampage. So he takes it and walks from the island, but he is surprised when he finds that he is waiting for him in the valley. He will be recovered. She hits him because she suspects that someone is training him. When she called, he saw him trying to attack her, but she was preventing him and saying that this was his friend Toothless, but she remains shocked and runs before she arrives. For the people of the island, a child takes it, flies, and puts it down on a tree trunk, and Hiccup asks her to ride with him. He will understand everything, and she will really ride I recover with Hiccup on the back of Toothless, who flies. I see them in the sky, and I am amazed. I come back with feeling flying and looking at the island at night while they were flying. He takes them to the fog area and is surprised. They will recover when they find themselves restored. Too many dragons that steal their food. When they follow the dragons, they reach them. For an island after which they fear the inside of a mountain, and for what he sees all the dragons throwing all the food, what you steal is in a deep hole, and the dragon comes. He throws a small fish into the hole, but it is eaten. It's not enough. And a very huge dragon comes out of it. The hole, and they eat, and the structure is terrified and recovered from. The shape of the dragon, and before they took the dragon out, he sees them and attacks them, but they run away from him, last minute, and they will return to their island again. When she hides, she tells him that they should know he has a place where he lives, but he refuses and tells her if Instok knew, he would kill Toothless, and let her know that it was him. Surely he will find a solution, and then I will thank him again. And you know that she likes him, and leaves him, and walks the second day. The people of the island gather for. They watch Hiccup kill his first dragon. Istawat tells them that he is very proud of his son, because today he will be one of my warriors, the Vikings. As soon as he is afraid of the ring, goes out, a burning dragon from its cage, and this dragon. He starts to approach Hiccup with the one throwing the shield, and his knife is his, and he is trying to guide him. The dragon also throws the helmet and says to the family, Al Jazeera says he doesn't want to be like them, so he gets upset, and everyone who is there, when they stop, gets beaten. With his hammer on the iron, the dragon comes out, he loses control and starts attacking Hiccup with his fist. He tries to run away from him, and she goes to him to help him. At that time, Hiccup is screaming, and his voice is heard while he is inside. In the forest, he leaves the valley and runs quickly in order to save him at this time. He remains the dragon. He cornered Hiccup before killing him. He destroys the entire arena and attacks the dragon. He defeats him, saves Hebe, and shocks all the family. The island is one of those who saw it, but they are starting. They attack. When he caught you, he attacked him, and I called him to sign him. The ground. And before he kills him, he screams and stops him. This makes the people of the island hold Toothless. They lock him up, and then he stops and blames him for falling on me, which is his job, and tells him that these dragons, you killed hundreds of them. So he responds to him and says we also killed thousands of them, and he is trying. Explains to him that these dragons are not dangerous and that they are. You steal food, because there is a very big dragon inside. He eats their island, and when they settle in, they ask about it. The nest says that he doesn't know where he is, but I begged him to be there and beg him to come to him. Do not go to this place. It is very dangerous and possible. They die, but Istok doesn't care about what he says or what he says. He throws him to the ground and tells him that he is not his son, and then he walks away, taking him to Toothless. They put him on the ship and leave the island. As you go, you talk to Hiccup and ask him about the reason why he didn't kill him as soon as he saw him. He responds to her and tells her that he did not look at me. He feels that they are very similar to each other, and that's why they killed him. And then she started encouraging him to leave. He saves Childs and the people of the island, so he takes it and goes. He and his friends are in the fighting arena, and he takes all the dragons there, and we go to Stockholm. He knows the location of the island using directions. Whoever called was looking at her, and they really could. They reach the island to find dragons living there. They beat her and make a hole in the mountain. Dragons live in him, and as soon as he hits him, a burning shell takes out all the dragons, and they flee from the place. And at first, they keep thinking that it is them. They won the war, but they became terrified and fled. The mountain is destroyed, and a giant dragon emerges from it, the one who burns all the ships so that no one can escape. Before he kills them, Hiccup arrives at the island, and his friends, who are dragons, attack the dragon, the giant, and everyone in the place are impressed. When they see them, and he goes, he will get up and he frees him, but he can't at this time. His friends are fighting the giant dragon, but he remains very strong and can defeat them. The situation gets worse when the ship is in it. He tries to save him, but he loses consciousness. Before he dies, his father comes and picks him up and goes downstairs. The water comes again, and he goes to free the basket he takes out. From the water, he goes and rides on Toast's back. Before he goes to fight the dragon, his father apologizes. He praises him for everything he has done and tells him that he is proud, that he is his son. And after that, a hearing child will fly. Like this, before it was very high in the sky and descending. Very quickly, he hits the giant dragon with a blow, so strong that it knocks him to the ground, making the dragon annoyed. He flies after them and starts chasing them, so they try. They run away from him between the rocks, but he destroys them. They fly higher to escape from it. And between the clouds, they can actually do this. They started attacking the dragon from all directions, Aaliyah without anything. He sees them, and this annoys the dragon even more and leaves him. There is a lot of fire coming out, and this fire is burning the place. Completely burns the sail installed in it. Delta is smooth, but she was giving him an idea and was provocative. The dragon makes him chase him and comes down after him before the dragon brings out Hiccup Belf's fire and strikes him, and he burns. He begged me to go down and see him. And when I was settled, he looked for me. His son can't help but beg, so he becomes very sad. He and the people of the island are crying over what happened. That's why I called him to surprise them after he was supposed to. He saves Hiccup, and he lets you thank Toothless, because he saved his son's life when Hiccup died. He feels sad when he learns that his leg was hurt, and that they installed an iron leg for him, but a chain of arms supported him. They leave the house, and then he is surprised. He finds that the dragons are still living with them. The island comes, and his father comes, and the people of the island thank him because he saved their lives. And so, we have reached the end of the movie. I hope you like it. Enjoy with us, and if you like the movie, give us a like, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. Goodbye.